So we're on a little bit of a side quest this video, a little bit of a different video in terms of we're probably not going to be doing any work on the car, but what I have got is a load of bits I've bought to do up the workshop or help tidy up the workshop, because I seem to be spreading all my kit around everywhere, which isn't ideal, and it'd be nice to just keep it a little bit tidier really. So I got suckered into buying a load of stuff from Temu. So it's all workshop car related, none of it's parts for the car. I've been looking on Temu a lot, as everyone does, and you sort of think, oh, it's all a bit too good to be true, you know. So I never really bought any. But I've been looking at getting some lights for in here, because it's a bit too dark really, even one for filming and two for even just working on the car. Sometimes it's just a bit dark. So it'd be nice to get a bit more of the area lit up. So I thought, I always kept looking at some lights. It always did my head in that my welder was just sat on the floor. I really wanted a welding trolley so it could all just sit in one place. So I ended up getting suckered into this little, Temu sent me an offer saying, oh, you can get 3 things for a penny. So I was like, oh great. So I thought, I'll click on and see what they're offering. One of them was the Hexagon lights, and I think one of them was one of these welding trolleys. I can't remember what the other thing was, but you had a lot of things to pick, a lot of things that you could select and get for your penny. So anyway, I selected all these things, and it said all you need to do is spend £30 or £10 or something like that. So I thought, oh, that's easy. But what it doesn't tell you is each £10 you spend is only £1 that you need to claim your reward or something like that. So anyway, I got a bit carried away and ended up ordering loads of stuff. I sort of got, suckered into it a little bit. So this is all the stuff I bought. I think I ended up spending about £120, but I'll put the figure of how much money I actually spent on all this kit on up to the side. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little unboxing unboxing and seeing actually if it's any good, building it all up, seeing if it's worth buying stuff from Temu. Like I say, this is the first time I've bought stuff from Temu. I bought a lot of stuff, I bought some stuff from AliExpress and Alibaba, but never Temu. I'm sure it's all the same sort of stuff. But yeah, I thought, why not unbox it together and we'll see if it's actually any good, so you can see whether it's, I don't know, worth getting a cheaper welding trolley from Temu, or whether you better just buy one of the more name brand company. So what did I actually buy? So these two are welding trolleys, and you might be thinking, why did you buy 2? So this welding trolley, the Durahand, was actually on one of the things where I could select the 3 items for a penny. But the one I actually wanted that I'd seen online before was this Vevor one. And I don't know why I wanted it. I think I'd just seen it online and it actually looked pretty good. So I got this, the lights, and something else. I feel like I'm actually missing something here. But anyway, oh, it might have been the map. So I got all those on my penny deal, and I thought, well, it's not really the welding trolley I want, so I ended up searching, finding it. So I ended up ordering this one after. I think I've got some organisers here for bolts and what have you, because at the minute all the bolts I've taken off the car are still sat under the car, which I'd like to just get them labelled up and put in some drawers, so at least I know where all the bolts are. I think this one is a wall mount for like blue roll, put a few cans on there. I basically bought that to make up my £10 worth of stuff I needed to spend to get these. Same with, I think that's a torch, or I might have got them mixed up. That might be it. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, bolt organisers, lights. I think that's the rack for blue roll. 2 welding trolleys. And I have opened this because actually, when this turned up, I didn't have a clue what it was because I'd forgotten what I'd ordered. And this is just like a parts trolley, just so I can keep it all a bit tidy and maybe keep some stuff off the floor a little bit. Just makes it a little bit easier when you're working, even just putting your tools on there that you're using at the present moment instead of doing what I'm doing at the minute, where I just put them on a random bit of the car and then when I come to use them again, I've completely forgotten where I've put them. So that's enough waffling. Let's get to some unboxing and putting stuff together and seeing what it's all actually like. What should we unbox first? I'm thinking about just going for the Organiser things, just to see what they're like. I think these are Vevor branded as well. I could be wrong. I'll just get a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
So I got 2 of these, mainly because, well, I don't actually know why I got 2, I just did. I think I was still trying to get up my quota on how much I had to spend, so I bought one and then realised that I still wasn't up to my quota of how much money I'd spent. So I ended up buying 2. And I think the ones I bought as well, these 2 should almost like mount together. From Airage brand. Let's have a look at the other one. I did get 2 different styles, although the same brand of company. I did get 2 different styles, as you can see. This one's just full of the bigger ones. Like I say, same brand, just slightly different designs. They do slot together. Like so, which makes them a nice little unit. You can wall mount them. I think they probably are designed to be wall mounted because they're a little bit wobbly on the feet. Unless this table just isn't level, which is quite likely. But yeah. They don't seem bad. I'll put up on the screen how much I spent on them, or how much they are each. But they seem pretty good, to be fair. Like I say, can't quite remember how much I spent on them, but I mean, they're decent sized drawers, as you can see. Whether I'll wall mount it or whether I just put it on my workbench at the back to try and tidy that up a little bit. To be fair, first thing down, I'm relatively happy with that, to the point where if I fill these up with miscellaneous rubbish, I would probably buy some more, providing they last. But I'll end up putting all my bolts in here, whether it's like, I don't know, front subframe bolts in a drawer, and then suspension bolts in a drawer, like front suspension, rear suspension. Try and keep myself a little bit more organised, because then when it comes to the point where I'm putting it back together, which hopefully won't be long, I'll be able to quickly find and put it together, find all the bolts and put it together. What shall we do this time? I think it's got an energy rating on this one, so I will assume that this is the torch, because it's the only thing electric that I bought. But it's mainly because I have loads of torches, but I use them for work, and to be honest, I keep forgetting to bring them. So I thought, why not just get some for in the workshop as well. Again, I can't remember the price of these, but they weren't, I don't think they were horrendous. I think cheap, like £10 maybe. Like I say, can't remember, I'll flash it up on the screen again. But it's actually 2 torches that you can hook together. So you can have it as like a bit of an under bonnet light if you were to stick it to the roof or like to the bonnet or whatever. And it's got 2 little USB chargers with it, one for each torch. So 2 brightness levels and then a red light. Not sure why you'd ever want the red light, there probably is a reason. Not a lot to say about them really. They're torches, they light up. So you can have dance mode, can't we? One on each leg. Bosh. Anyway, yeah, second thing, they're just handy to have around the workshop. So it's like Christmas, I'm enjoying it. So this one I thought it was supposed to be a rubber mat and it was supposed to go under the car. So when I'm working on it, I'm not using this cardboard. But it looks a bit felty as it is now, rather than a rubber mat. But whether when you unfold it, it has it's a rubber-ish material. Because if not, I would say this is not worth it. And I'll flash up on screen how much it costs again. But this could end up just going in the bin. Because at the minute it just looks like a felt. You don't want that getting covered in oil. And I'm sure when I looked at it, it said rubber mat, thick rubber mat. I mean, it's a funny looking rubber to me. It's like a felt. It's the only thing I can really describe it as. You wouldn't, I mean, you could have it under the car, but the reason I wanted a rubber mat was that if you spill oil or anything like that on it, you can wipe it off with a bit of brake clean. When oil gets in this, or water or whatever, it's going to go manky and mouldy, and yeah. I would say this one, not a success. Probably keep it handy, but like, I'm going to be doing a lot of welding soon. I wanted to put a rubber mat down so under there. So when I'm kneeling down, I'm just kneeling on a rubber mat rather than a hard concrete floor. But I wouldn't want to weld near this. I reckon this could set on fire quite quickly. So yeah, I would say this one is not particularly a success. I'll give this a little thumbs down. So, what have I got here? Like I say, I'm pretty sure now that I've unboxed them lights that this is basically a blue roll holder. Again, just to try and tidy myself up really, as in not having random rolls of blue roll just sat on the car, which I did have on the last video. Does look to have come with everything you need, even a little spanner and Allen key. It's pretty good. I'll have to have a little look on where I can put this, but I'll build it up, see what it feels like, and yeah, I'll get back to you very, very quickly. there's one problem. Oh no, it's on the Allen key. I was just about to say, the screws that they give you are Phillips screws, if you can see that. Don't know how well that's focusing. And I thought, oh, all they've given you is an Allen key, but it's actually got a driver bit on the end of it. One thing I will say that's nice is it's, I like that all the nuts and bolts are black as well, because just makes it look a bit cleaner and tidier. It's not bad, looks alright. Well, it's not the best quality thing in the world, but it'll do the job. And it looks smart, everything, like I say, all the nuts and bolts are black. It's all painted a satin black. I think that'll look pretty smart, just on the wall somewhere. Yeah, I might even get that mounted up today. It does come with, by the looks of it, whether it's a mistake or on purpose, a spare nut and bolt and a spare wall plug. So if I can find a nice place to mount it, I will do so. I would say this one looks like a little bit of a success. Again, I'll put on how much it costs up here. I might even just put the listing, like the on there, and you can see how much it is right now, or as of filming. So I think we'll do the big box next. So like I say, I actually opened this one because when it turned up, I was like, I don't think I've ordered anything that's this big. I've been away for a while and this had turned up at home, and I thought, I really don't know what this is. So I did actually open this to have a little look, but I didn't build it. As soon as I opened it, I kind of remembered. Like I say, it's a little parts trolley. Not so little actually, it's probably a little bit bigger than I thought it was.
That's what she said!
It's got a nice, I don't know what pattern you'd call that. Triangulated pattern. It just looks quite smart. It does come again with instructions, but if you don't know, if you can't build one of these up, God help you, because I think it's just a case of slotting some legs in and maybe bolting some wheels on. He says, looking at this, not having a clue where that bit goes. Sure, I'll figure it out. So yeah, like I say, it's just a parts trolley. It even comes with a little hammer. Any teas, any coffees? Any teas, any coffees? I'd say that's pretty good for this amount of money. Not too bothered about this pegboard thing, I just thought I'd put it on to show it. You won't want to hang any weight off of them. But it's got these little bins you can fill with shit. But yeah, just handy to throw some parts on and fill it with stuff, and then you'll push it into a corner and forget about it until you need the bits again. But yeah, I would say that is pretty good. I probably wouldn't put too much weight on it, on the middle, but if you just put in suspension parts, or well, I'd happily put some dampers on here or something like that. No issues at all. I would say that is probably another success. Smart enough. Feels relatively solid. Apart from, like I say, that pegboard. But like I say, that'll probably go in the bin anyway. I didn't even know it came with that, to be honest, so. It just needs more places to peg it in really, and then it'd probably be alright. I actually pegged this into the trolley. It's a bit too flimsy. But another success, I would say. Plus I get a hammer. What's not to like? Let's have a look at these welding trolleys, eh? Let's have a look at these, see what these are saying. So the first one we'll have a look at is this Durahand one. I can't remember how much it was, but I think this was one that I ended up getting for a penny if I spent X amount of money. So let's see if it's worth the penny. It'd be good to see what the difference is between this and the Vevor one as well, because like I say, I've put up how much it is without being a penny. I know theoretically it's not a penny because I'd spend however much it was, 100 quid or whatever, to get this for a penny. But in the grand scheme of things. So, there we are, she's built. My initial thoughts, it's okay. Would I buy it again? Probably not. It's all built up a little bit twisted. I built it up loose, so as in I didn't tighten any bolts up until I got everything, all the bolts in, and then tightened it all up. But on this side, if you look from the front here, this bit isn't as wide as this bit or this bit. So this, don't really be able to see on the picture, this is all bowed. It's pulling all this out a bit. This is quite a bit narrower than this piece, so that was doing the same. So it's all just gone together a little bit twisted. Is it going to do the job? Yeah. Is it the best? Definitely not. So yeah, I can't remember how much this one was. For a penny, if we're saying it's a penny, yes, it's worth it if you need a welding trolley. But we'll have a look at the Vevor one now and we'll compare them, I suppose. So, next welding trolley, I'm going to use the Vevor one. Oh, I'm going to build the Vevor one, sorry. This one is actually the one that I was looking for. It might not actually be any different to that, might just have different branding on it. But yeah, it was more of the one that I wanted to go for from the ones I'd seen on Temu. We'll unbox it and then I'll probably build it off camera again because it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but I'll just unbox it, show you what it comes like. I will say that everything's come pretty well packaged, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest. So some of it came really fast as well. Some of it came like 3 days after I ordered it. I think actually it might have been this Vevor was like 2 or 3 days after ordering it turned up, where some of the things like the Hexagon lights and a few other bits actually took quite a while to turn up, like over a month. But wasn't an issue as I was away. So initially, even just the instructions are loads better than the other one. Again, it's all packaged really nice. And it's actually got almost like cupped pieces to actually hold the bottle, where again the other one doesn't. Whether that's a big deal to people, I don't really know. In some ways it looks similar, but the paint finish is definitely a step up. All the corners are actually welded, I think. Yeah, I mean they're only tack welds, but are actually welded, where on that one the corners weren't welded, just folded, and that was that. So yeah, well, let's have a go at building this one then. So that's the Vevor one done and built up. I must say it's definitely a lot more sturdy than the other one. Few nice bits where your bottle fits in here nicer, and the other thing that I actually preferred about that one was the hardware that it came with. It all came with 10mm bolts and nuts. So M6, but hex heads rather than these came with Phillips heads, which not a big fan of, but it's fine, it does the job. But yeah, other than that, it's got a nice finish to it. It's like is it a mottled finish? There's a few bits on it where the paint hasn't adhered very well, like on the metal, but other than that, handle's nice. It's like having a handle on it's quite nice. It's got these two bits where you can have your earth and your gun set on, which is quite a nice little feature on it. So, time for the main event. Hopefully the rain isn't too loud on the audio. But yeah, time for the main event. Let's have a look at these Hexagon lights, whatever you want to call them, and see what they're like. So, I do have a feeling that I'm going to have to go and get some wood to make a bit of a frame to be able to mount these up in the roof, which I doubt this will have come with a frame, which is fine, I didn't expect it to. But it's a 14 Hexagon, as you can see, 14 Hexagon kit basically, which I'm hoping should pretty much span the roof line of the car, so it should give me a nice spread of light basically. I don't really know what to expect from them, to be fair. They seem alright. So for now, I'm not going to get them all out, purely because it does look like I'm going to have to get some wood, paint it up, and then I can stick it to the roof basically. Because I've got a very strong feeling that these aren't going to be rigid enough built up to be able to hold their own weight basically. Could be wrong, might be that I just need to get some, I might just have to get some like roofing string, I don't know what you call it. But they're super easy to put together. He says that one not going in. Okay. So, as you can see, I built 6 Hexagons up and powered them up. I'm pretty impressed with them. Unfortunately, I haven't brought anything to hang them from the ceiling with. I didn't really plan that far ahead, to be honest. So I'm going to order some stuff because I do want to hang them over the car. I have actually got loads more lights. So I did buy the 14 Hexagons pack, which should easily cover the length of my car, which should make the lighting much nicer. I'm pretty impressed with them, to be honest. They all click together quite nice. All the plugs are integrated into the little joiners. The light's quite a nice brightness, if that makes sense. It's not too glaring. And yeah, I mean, my only gripe with them is that the little cable that they give you to power them up is about 15 centimetres long. So that was the only thing, trying to get that. I had to run an extension lead right close up to it just to power them on now. So what I'm going to do is get an extension lead, or extend this wire somehow. I'll see what I think is the best option. And yeah, and I'll just order some bits to get this hanging from the roof. So that's all my Temu bits. Were they worth it? I think so. The two bits that I'm probably say weren't necessarily worth it was that weird map thing that I got. I don't bother with that. And then the other thing, I'll have to double check what the price difference is between these two welding trolleys. But the Vevor one it's so much nicer. And let's say if there's only £10 between them, why you would ever go for the cheaper one, I don't know. Just stuff like it's got a nice bit to have your bottles, more hooks that I've used for wrapping the earth and the actual torch on. It's just a bit it just looks a little bit nicer. There's nothing really wrong with the other one. It's just if it's not really any more expensive to get the Vevor one, why would you not just get the Vevor one? Everything else I'm relatively happy with, like quite happy with these. I might even wall mount them, I'm not sure yet. Stick them behind the car for now. And yeah, I would say I'll put on screen how much I spent on them. And I'll put how much I think they're worth, or if it's worth getting. Like I say, Vevor welding trolley, definitely. Quite impressed by these Hexagon lights. Like I say, the only issue was that the plug was bloody tiny that they sent you, the little cable. And yeah, trolley, see how we get on with that. Seems pretty good. Yeah, and then obviously there's the blue roll holder, and put your cans and stuff on there. Yeah, pretty impressed really with it all, to say it is all Temu stuff, and it's a bit like AliExpress and Alibaba. You never really know what you're going to get. It might be really good, but it might be really rubbish as well. It's sort of a bit of a mixed bag with what you can get. Like these torches, I'm sure they're fine. They don't feel particularly well made, but just for shining round wheel arches and shining some lights where you need them, they'll do, you know. They're absolutely fine. How long they'll last, that's another question. I suppose we'll find out, won't we? So, I've forgotten to film an outro again. If you have enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And yeah, maybe check out some of my other videos if you've only just come across my channel, or just watch the one that YouTube recommends. What's the worst that can happen? Have a nice weekend.